November 29th, 1947. What's the significance of it in United Nations history?
Well, that's one of the highlight moments between Israel and the United Nations, when the United Nations adopted Resolution 181, which paved the way for the re-establishment of the State of Israel. Of course, the rights of the people of Israel to the land of Israel do not derive from any UN resolution. Anyone who just reads the Bible or knows history and knows that the people of Israel, the indigenous people of the land of Israel. But it was important to receive the international endorsement and official recognition. And that paved the way for the acceptance of Israel in the family of nations in the UN.
So, was Palestine partitioned into two states, proposed two states?
The proposal was a partition plan, but the Arab community, the Arab states, did not accept any existence of Israel in any borders. So they opened up with a war, which is called the War of Independence. That was the first war that Israel had between us and the Arab world, really. You know, hardly anyone in the Arab world even recognized the existence of the State of Israel, even half of the land. So they did not accept the partition plan because they couldn't accept any existence of Israel, and they opened a conflict, a war, which is called the War of Independence, and Israel came out victorious, although Israel was outnumbered, but Israel came out victorious, and that really buried the partition plan, because it was never accepted by the Arab world. Israel accepted it, the Arab world did not.
If the Arabs didn't accept the partition plan, does that invalidate somehow the Jews' acceptance of the partition plan?
Well, if the Arab world would have accepted then the partition plan, and they would have joined the Resolution 181, it would have been an establishment of two states side by side, Israel and the Arab world. But they did not. Now, Israel never, Israel, if you go into the history, of course, the entire land of Israel has always been the historical, biblical land of the people of Israel. It was an artificial, superficial partition. So once the Arab world did not accept it, it was not accepted in the world community as well. It's not a practical plan on the table anymore.
So what happened on May 14th, 1948?
That was the declaration of the State of Israel by our Prime Minister David Ben-Gurion, and then the breaking out of the War of Independence when the Arab world attacked Israel.
It wasn't that Israel was attacking Arabs to conquer the land.
Israel did not attack anybody, did not want to conquer land from anybody. We have no territorial claims from anybody. But they rejected Israel's existence and opened a war with Israel. And Israel, in self-defense, came out victorious.
And was that when Jordan took control of East Jerusalem and the West Bank?
No, historically, if we're going back in time. But when the partition plan was set, even then, Jordan had parts of the West Bank, Egypt had parts of the Gaza Strip, and we didn't make that an issue. That wasn't the issue. The issue was just give us a state in any borders so that we can start moving forward and building our future, taking our own destiny into our own hands. That's what the people of Israel wanted. So even though we received only a small sliver of what is the historical homeland of the people of Israel, we accepted it and declared our state and moved forward. Once the Arab world refused to accept the existence of Israel in any borders and opened a war on us, then it opened things up, really, and their non-acceptance of the partition plan made it a reality that there is no partition plan. And later in the 67 war, Israel even liberated further territory, which was the West Bank and the Gaza Strip and the Golan Heights. That was always the historical homeland of the people of Israel.
So the Palestinians who are contesting the West Bank and Gaza, but they did that officially, but among the public, they taught them that Israel is an invalid country, illegitimate country entirely. That has no grounds for justification, does it?
That's the problem with the Palestinians, that they are refusing to accept an existence of Israel in the Middle East. That is the biggest obstacle to peace. The obstacle to peace is not Israel's reluctance to accept the Palestinians. We've accepted them, we've recognized them as the Palestinian Authority. They have the right to give out passports. The problem in the Middle East is the acceptance of Israel by the Palestinians. So they've had deals on the table at least 3 times, offers of full peace with resolving of all the disputed territories. More than 90% of what's called the disputed territories were to be relinquished over to the Palestinians, and they rejected the deal. And if you ask why they rejected the deal, it's because they couldn't accept the existence of Israel in any border. So that's the real obstacle to peace. And Israel, over the past 2 decades, has relinquished territory over to the Palestinians out of a dream, a hope, perhaps a utopian dream that the Palestinians will make peace with Israel. We've given them territory. The Gaza Strip was relinquished over to the Palestinian Authority. The result was that the Hamas took over and launches rockets against the civilians of Israel. So this paradigm of territories for peace has failed. So we need to look for a new paradigm where you have a partner who genuinely wants peace with Israel. When we have that partner, we will immediately have peace.